It's your boy, Huss.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Everybody came on here, was respectful, and played their role as a guest, and you want to come in here playing. Hey, man, listen. Another edition of Group Chat Podcast with the Married at First Sight star,
Alexis Grace Williams, Daddy
superstar.
Lex. It's me, Daddy Lex in the flesh, the woman, the myth, the legend.
So I had planned on doing a bio for her and doing like an intro, but I knew it wouldn't go well because she would just interrupt me anyway. So
fake news.
So y'all can go check that out. But listen, man, as always, I just want to remind you guys, you'll never be self-fulfilled until you start creating, right? Like the truest essence of a human being is to create. So that's what this podcast is about. We have a great creator on the podcast right now, from being in front of the camera, behind the camera, fashionista. You know what I'm saying? She even helped me get my style right sometimes.
And did.
Okay. Artwork, painter, like, you get actress. I see that for you. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. So, influencer.
Mental health advocate.
All of that. So, man, great. Like I said, I say this every time, but I'm spoiling y'all. As long as y'all aware of it, it's cool. I keep spoiling y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do, you know.
How are you spoiling them for the people at home who don't know?
No, it's only for you because this is your first time here, but everybody else know that they are spoiled because I have great guests.
Oh.
So if anything, I'm giving you a compliment.
Well, thank you.
So when we keep going forward, just answer the questions and don't ask any. Okay, cool. So yes, like I said, I'm spoiling y'all, right?
You saw the videos where people storm off. I feel it in my spirit. It's boiling.
Listen, I'm spoiling y'all with another great guest today, man. We're going to really get into it. Hopefully we don't get off topic because every time we link up, we get off topic. But today we're going to be professional. She showed up on time, which was great. Happy about that. Finger snaps. Add that in there. Finger snaps in the background. So let's do it. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling wonderful. We always make magic. So always. I'm happy to be here. Happy to give people an opportunity to see me on a different spectrum, different platform.
For sure.
And really get to know me because I'm really just this silly black woman just
for sure
living her best life.
For sure. So, okay. Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Hamilton, New Jersey.
Okay. What do you claim?
I'm trying to be professional. You remember you said that?
No, I understand. Okay,
I claim Atlanta. I'm from, we say Mississippi, New Jersey because I'm country, but I'm really from New Jersey.
The countryest
Atlanta
person I know. Home. She's the countryest person I know from New Jersey.
Okay, Southern Fed, thick too. What's up?
Okay, and who is Lex? What do you want the people to know about you that they may not know? Who are you as a person? Who are you when you're just in your room by yourself? Like, who are you in your truest essence? Who is Lex?
I'm a free spirit. I'll tell you any day that my passion, my goal, my purpose is to spread light and joy. I really just like being just a vibrant spirit around people.
For sure.
And that's the role I play in a lot of the relationships that I have. Yeah. I also like being honest and transparent at times when people just are sheeple and they're following everybody else around. I just like being myself, and that inspires other people to be themselves, and that's the end goal for me.
That's what's up. So how were you raised? You mentioned about being free-spirited, being honest, loving, caring, inspiring others. Talk about your upbringing and your background and your family and how that's contributed to, the person you are today.
Well, I'm the youngest of 3 girls, so I'm spoiled by everybody to this day.
To this day.
My mother and father were married until my 18th birthday, and they waited till like a week later and was like, thank God, we're trying to get a divorce because they didn't want us to be raised in a single parent family. And we all was like, thank you, y'all should have got that earlier. So a lot of turmoil because my dad has Asperger's.
Okay.
But other than that, like, I played sports. My mom was like a helicopter mom to where every single day of the week we had a different activity, whether it was choir rehearsal, basketball practice. I was a debutante, believe it or not.
Debutante.
I was Miss Congeniality too. Talk about it.
I can see that for you though, because you got like, 2 kind of sides you can tap into when it comes to like dressing wise. You can be like cool, chill with the homies, but you can also put it on too.
I put that on.
Put it on.
I tried to bleep myself out to give y'all some
No, for sure.
Yeah, so you had to work that hard.
So I guess on a debutante piece, what is that? What was that like?
It was, well, I was a part of a all black debutante association because in Princeton, New Jersey, you would imagine it's not many of those. So there
Right.
was 2 in the whole kind of communal areas of 3 cities.
Yeah.
And it was cool. Like we were taught how to eat, how to waltz, how to carry ourselves like a lady,
Yeah.
all of which I've forgotten. But you know, it was the intentions that went
For
behind
sure.
it.
For
So
sure.
it was helpful. I can blend in. I could tap back into it. You know, when I need to put it on, I'll go out there and be like, yes, you know, I code switch real quick. Yes, that is a salad
Not
fork.
code switch.
Yes, and you cross your knife and your fork on your plate. That means
Really?
you're done. All that stuff.
Really?
I tap into it.
Really? So I guess you know, being a debutante and being
A baller?
I don't want to go. Let's not get carried away
A
here.
baller?
But playing a lot
Certified?
of sports. I guess how have those experiences been able to contribute to how you relate to people? You know what I'm saying? You're able to inspire others. You're very empathetic. Definitely serving others. So those different experiences, has that taught you anything about yourself?
For sure. I think it freaks a lot of people out because they see the makeup, they see the clothes, they see the heels.
Yeah.
And then they see me on a basketball court or they see me on a football field and they're like, yo, what?
Right,
you know,
right,
everybody's mind
right.
is kind of blown, but it's just different dynamics. You don't have to be this or that. You could be this and that.
For sure. No, I definitely. You know what's funny? When somebody think they said something, they hit you. This ain't.
Did I really say anything if I didn't do this at the end? No.
She had it verified. Okay, but no, for sure, I feel that. So I guess we got your background and how you were raised up in New Jersey. So Married at First Sight star, right?
Yes.
How did that come about, and how has your life changed from that experience?
It was really me just scrolling on Instagram at first. And yeah, I was single for sure.
Right.
But it wasn't to the extent of desperation. It was more to the extent of I was hopeful.
I got you.
But at the same time, I knew I kept making the same mistakes. So I'm like, well, shoot, why don't somebody else pick them for me? Because I can't pick them for myself, apparently. So I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw the ad for it. Like, hey, are you a single in San Diego interested in marrying a stranger? It didn't have no words, but in my mind when I was reading it, that's how I read it. And at first I was for real joking. I was just I'm gonna apply, you know.
I remember you telling. Yeah. Tell me about it. I was like, okay.
What was your name again? I thought we were... Oh, okay.
And that's a wrap. And on this episode of Group Chat, this is...
No. But for real, I really was... I didn't think they were going to pick me.
For
and
sure.
then the closer it got, they were like... I was like, oh, these niggas like me a little, you know? And then
I got a shot.
Yeah. And then the closer and closer, and they was like, you're getting married in 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, so this is real.
Right.
And then everything else is what you guys have seen.
For sure. So I guess a lot of times... We'll talk about the difference between being the star and the fan, and how you've had to overcome so much from just putting yourself out there, right? Like, it wasn't necessarily your dream to, like, you know, be on Married at First Sight, but you still took a leap of faith and you put yourself out there. So talk about the experience and how you had to overcome so many things and grow mentally as a person from putting yourself out there, number one. Number two, experiencing all the comments and everything that someone may have to say about what you're wearing, how you talk, how you dress, how you look. You know, oh, she stuttered on that, or she did this, she did that, she said this, she said that. A lot of times when people are chasing their dreams, they kind of get stifled by what people are saying about them. You know what I mean? So how has that changed you? How you've grown from that?
I don't think I would have, like, there's nothing I could do to be prepared for what I went through. I couldn't have stayed at home. I couldn't have had somebody bully me in the cut to practice. You know, I couldn't have read comments and there was nothing I could have done to prepare me, especially since this is a whole new world. Right. There was times to where I was crying to my friends. I was really depressed. God, actually, it brought me closer to God, though, because I'm just like, God has not put me in a situation to lose thus far.
Preach.
I have been protected in everything that I've done.
Preach.
And I just couldn't get over the fact that God would put me on such a large platform to embarrass me. So once I settled into that fact that, like, girl, this gonna work out in your good one way or another.
Right.
Like, down to the last day. Like, I'm still praying about that.
Right.
I refuse to believe that God would do that to me, and that's not the God that I serve. So once I got that dug into my skull, I'm just like, these people don't matter, you know. And
that's a lot of digging for your skull.
Okay, all right. You see, I be trying to be. That was a serious moment for me, and you see what this. See. So next time he blame it on me, I want y'all to rewind it.
No. I feel you though. So once you got it into your mind and into your heart that God is for you, so nobody can be against you.
Me. Yeah. After that, it was just a question. Am I going to let these people change me?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Especially about 10%. That's what's crazy. When people think about it, when you sitting at home watching TV, we film thousands of hours.
That was my next question. So from the outside looking in, how was that?
It was just like, it would be frustrating because, they can only show but so much.
Right.
If they showed everything that we did, it would have to be a live stream. Like the show would be 10 hours a day. There's 5 couples. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So for people to just take one, like you ever had somebody tell you a story from their vantage point? That's exactly what you guys watched. But then you hear it from your home and you like, hey, yo, that's barely the same story.
Right.
So it's like once you come with the terms with you don't have control.
Yeah.
Let it be what it is. You gonna let it either control you or you gonna go over it. Like you gonna let it control you or consume you, or you gonna rise above or say, I don't care. I'm not changing. This is me. I'm gonna let some things in because maybe that's what I need to work on.
Right. But
the rest of it can fly. Like what you gonna do? You ain't gonna see him on the street and do nothing.
Right. Okay.
What's up?
Ready there.
You ain't gonna step. So
yeah. No, for sure. Your boy Drake, right? I know you're a huge fan of Drake.
Yes, my man.
All right. He said, every weapon formed against me got a jam.
Ooh.
Meaning it's not all weapons formed against me will not prosper
at all.
You know what I'm saying? So like basically what you told me is for the people that's listening, right? You may not necessarily be going on a TV show, but whatever you're doing in life, right? A lot of times when you're chasing your dreams, chasing your goals, and you're really tapping into your creativity, people aren't going to understand it. So she was on TV and people may not understand her. They may create their own narratives from the fans' perspective based on what they see, but she tapped into her faith. She tapped into God. You know what I mean? So never lose sight of your why, the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody that's listening right now, what's some advice that you would give them if they are dealing with negative feedback and somebody on their job creating false narratives, or even more importantly, people that they love, you know what I mean, are creating false narratives or not believing in what they're going after?
I would say think about who's in control. And obviously, for me, it's God. For you, it might just be yourself. And, on the latter scale, I do fall below God of controlling myself. And you have to say, who am I giving the control? So when I'm reading these comments, when people are saying mean things to me, you're giving that person control because they control your anger, they control your patience, they control everything about you. So you got to regain it and say, you know what?
For sure.
You don't own none of this.
Exactly.
So you got to remind yourself when somebody's trying to take you out of your character, who are you?
Exactly. No, for sure. That's real, man. I think it's amazing that once you go for something, you put yourself out there, there's a vulnerability piece to that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's scary to be
like you're naked.
Yeah. It's scary to be vulnerable. It's scary to be naked. It's scary to put yourself out there and go for your dreams and do things that people don't understand. It's scary to have thousands of people be able to comment on a little snippet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't get lost in the negativity. You know what I mean? Like, keep going, keep being positive, keep pushing. You know what I mean? They may not understand it now, but they'll understand it later.
Or they may not ever understand it, and that's something you have to accept.
That too.
That's one thing to where it's just like, you know what? Even if they believe this to be the truth for the rest of their lives,
right.
How does that affect me? They may never understand you.
They may never understand. They may never understand. Man, that's a bar. I guess, what have you learned about yourself, like, from going through this?
I learned that I am way stronger than I ever thought that I was, for sure. But I've learned that I have feelings, because I've always been that strong friend. I've always been that person where, I laugh it off. I'm so bubbly. People think I'm unaffected. But I learned that I can be affected. And that is a crazy thing to learn on a platform of millions.
For sure. Right. That's a way to put it. For sure.
So, I mean, that's so broad, but I definitely learned, like, and then what do I do with these feelings now that I don't typically have them or honor them, and I'm having them all at once?
Come through, therapist. Talk to the people.
Real, like, what do you do? It's like, oh shoot, what am I feeling? And once you acknowledge, like, oh dang, I'm a little sad. Now what? Because I ain't been sad in years.
Right.
So that's what I learned personally.
That's what's up. I guess. That's deep. Like, I don't want to just breeze by that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of, we're going to have fun, but at the same time, I always want the audience to get a huge takeaway from that. You know what I mean? So I just want to unpack what you said. It's okay to have feelings. Like, it's okay to
not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And then, but the biggest thing is how she responded. You know what I mean? It's okay to have those reactions. It's normal, it's natural, you're human. But how you respond and how you deal with those is the most important thing. I believe in y'all. I trust in y'all. Like, I don't want to get too solemn and deep right now.
Me too. I don't know y'all, but
you know what I'm saying? I'm this isn't just for me. Like, if it was just for me, we would have stayed in the living room and keep talking. But like, we have these talks all the time, so I was like, we have to get on the platform and put this out. It would be selfish. It would be selfish for us not to spread this inspiration and empowerment to people so they can rise up out of their situations, because it's a lot of unrest. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people, especially now with social media and the internet.
Oh gosh, yes.
Man, like my little sister, she's in middle school. I feel for her. Number one, being a female growing up and all of the peer pressure and all of the, kind of like girl drama that they go through normally when we was in middle school and junior high.
Man, I thought all the cute people was in my school. I didn't realize there was beautiful women across the world.
You know what I'm saying?
Not thousands of them.
You know what I mean?
Now
so
you look at them every day on your phone.
You feel me? And like the comparison is the thief of all joy.
Yep.
You feel me? So social media now and the internet now has kind of put us in this kind of like comparison rat race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gave a great example, and your story and journey is a great example of how people can overcome those negative comments, that negative feedback. You know what I mean? And people not understanding who Alexis is. They know Alexis, the Married at First Sight star.
Yeah.
They don't know Alexis, the daughter, the sister, the therapist,
the human,
and the God's child. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in y'all. If you could have dinner with 3 people.
Oh, that escalated quickly. All right.
Yeah, if you could have dinner with 3 people, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
It would be, you want me to say why right after?
Either way you want to do it.
All right. So it would be my grandmother.
Okay.
She passed away some 6-7 years ago. I just miss her. That would just be like a selfish, because people dead or alive, that's right. Millions of people. That would be I need to feel for a moment. I need to be in this and miss her.
Right.
So that's just personal reasons. It would be Jesus, because I got some questions. Like, where's my man at? Like, God, what he look like?
Jesus.
Like, what's
Yeshua.
up? We got some things to talk about.
Yeah.
So that would definitely be one, because I could go on for hours. I hope it's a buffet so we can come and go back and whatever, because I have so much to talk to the Lord about.
Right. No, for sure.
And I think it would just be, and I should have thought about this beforehand, probably like Issa Rae.
That's a good one.
I think it would be Issa Rae, because
I feel like you and Issa Rae would be
she's
locked
my best friend in my head.
Y'all be locked. Like, a lot of people say Issa Rae would be my best friends. I see a lot of girls saying and females saying that, but like, I know for a fact, if you met Issa Rae,
it's done.
Y'all would be locked in
forever,
because y'all low-key the same person.
A little bit, a lot of, yeah, but I'm just like, how I get to that, like.
Right. Issa Rae, if you watching this,
call me.
Don't say it so, don't whisper it so weird.
All right. Oh man. Have my people contact your people. Is that professional? Is that better?
Right. Whole time is Lex just texting from a different number.
From WhatsApp, what are them numbers you get? The free numbers?
I'll pass this on to Lex. She's excited. Trust me, she already knows. Not like I'm her or anything, but like she would know.
You get it.
Yeah. No, for sure. Okay, I like that.
But yeah, Issa, I aspire to have not only the influence but the class and the secrecy. This woman popped up. She was married at first sight, low key too. She just popped up married. Like, we got a lot in common. Issa just showed up married one day. That's my next marriage. I'm hitting the Issa on y'all. Like, here the photos.
Okay, on that note though, from now being in such on a show based on marriage and in the public eye, would you want your next relationship or whatever you're doing to be secret and like private and like no access?
I joke a lot. Ideally, yes. solely because I would just want to protect. You know what Drake say? I'm not protecting my son. I'm not hiding my son from the world. My kid from the world. I'm hiding my world from my kid.
Drake.
That's what type of
kid
time
keeps
I'm on.
hiding word. Drake.
Oh, I'm gonna swallow the mic.
Whoa.
Not that type of podcast. Not that type of podcast.
Easy.
Y'all got some lights on? My lip definitely hit the bottom of this mic. But no, for real, Hassan, be professional.
What? I should say be professional after that. Talk about be professional.
They was gonna see it at home anyway. Right. Like, dang, her lip just hit the mic.
You know
I had to say it myself.
Farting on the camera. Talking about be professional. Don't say nothing. You smell it. Be professional.
You know I'm gassy. Why would you joke like that? Because now you're being
Go ahead, though.
But anyway, no, I would more so, honestly, like when Drake said that, he was really saying something.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the public eye, I know I'm not Drake level yet, but when you're in the public eye, it's like you don't want to ruin the sanctity of your marriage.
For sure.
Or your relationship. So it's just like, let's keep good enough alone and just do us.
Yeah, I feel that. That's what's up. Would you rather go back in time? You mentioned Yahshua, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to go back in time or to the future?
I think there's only one way for black people at this point. I don't think we're...
If you could experience, let me rephrase that. If you can experience a time in history, would you rather go to the past or to the future?
Nah, I'm good on the past.
We already know, huh?
I mean...
We already know what's up.
We're not that far off from, like...
Hey, yo, no, speaking
Civil
of that...
rights was like my mama and them. She was watching Martin Luther King march.
Bro, speaking of that, I saw today where they were saying that, number one, in Florida, I guess they're trying to remove black history from the history books. And then two, in Mississippi, they're actually trying to reinstate Jim Crow laws. So
maybe neither is safe for us.
Listen, if you like, another thing, voting, right? I know a lot of people, I'll just say this. Please stay aware. Don't think that we're too far removed, like she said, from what our parents went through, what our grandparents went through. History repeats itself. You know what I mean? When you're not aware of your history, when you don't know your history. So I'll be John Brown if we finna go back to that.
Yeah. So this is another thing little quick fact, that the pictures that we see in history books in black and white, they were actually taken in color and can be produced in color. They only put them in the black and white so that it seems like it was back in the olden times.
So you think
when them photos were taken?
You think that's like
in color,
a propaganda tactic?
Yeah,
kinda like
for
where
sure.
They're trying to like paint it to where it's like we can never. It's so far away, but like it's really still here. Ooh,
my
talk
mama,
to him,
my grandmama.
Yeah.
My grandfather fled.
Yeah.
I'm telling too much.
Anyway,
black and white versus color. Look it up.
Man, that's heavy. That's heavy. And I was thinking that same thing because, like I said, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. My family firsthand experienced home of the civil rights movement. Freedom riders, freedom riders, not writers, but riders.
Because I was like, that was a good movie, but go off.
Yeah, but that was, on the buses in Anniston. And, when they were bombing the buses and getting in fights and stuff, my grandparents and their brothers and sisters experienced all of that. So
it's not that long ago.
And so that's why when we talk about, like, why are y'all still upset? Or why do y'all feel like this? Why do y'all still talking about this, and that? Is because it's still affecting us. Like, it's that trauma. Generational.
Like, so, you know how people pass things down? These people are still alive, some of these. Like my grandma's not alive any longer, but I know people who are.
Right.
So it's just like, what are we doing here? What are you talking about?
All of that. All those fears, all of those insecurities, all of that mindset is passed down. Mindset is passed down.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted. Mindset, energy, frequencies, all of that is passed. It's taught. It's nurtured. You know what I mean? Without you even realizing it.
Nature versus nurture.
You know what I'm saying? So let's stay woke.
With all that being said, I'd go to the future. I heard you could go to you could go on to space next year, starting 2024. 125,000. They put you in a balloon and go up and come back down.
I almost said 2024. That's 2 years from now. No, that's a year from now. You think we're going to another planet?
Elon is trying to get us to Mars.
Oh my God.
Digression.
Elon, bro. Never mind. I ain't gonna start.
That's why I said you digressing. I'm trying to.
But okay, so go to the future, and why? What do you want to see? What do you want to experience?
Do I get to come back or no?
No.
I gotta stay there.
You gotta stay there.
Can I pick the year?
You can pick the time period, like the 2050s through 2080s.
I gotta stay there for 30 years. What's the contract say?
You know what's crazy?
We need to review the terms and conditions.
You know what's crazy?
Of this time
Number
travel.
one, I didn't think this question through because I forgot who I was talking to. Somebody else would just be like, probably the future. I just wanted to see technology. I would have kept going. Number one, I'm missing.
And what have you learned today, Hassan?
I underestimated. I forgot.
What have you learned?
Curious George. Right. And number two, like, I'm forgetting that we're already like almost to like the 20, like low key in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 2025. Like, it's quarter century.
Remember in 2000 that we thought the world was going in?
Right, it was like,
I was crying. I think I was like in 5th grade, 4th grade. I was like, oh God, I'm so young. Don't take me now, Lord.
Yo, that made me look.
Oh, so that math does not add up. Never mind.
Don't worry about it. We'll speak about that. But, you know, they make movies and stuff about the world ending and stuff like that too. Yeah. And about how people like flying in space.
To desensitize you for when it actually happens.
Exactly.
That's what movies are.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. School me.
No. So think about it. If we
I agree with you, but I'm saying school me as for the audience.
Okay. Let me talk to y'all. Hey, this is Alexis Love After Hours talking to you about desensitization. No, for real. But it's to kind of lessen the hold or the feeling, the impact of it. That's the word. Thank you. So if you see it before, it becomes familiar, even if you've seen the concept. So, you know, if we never knew what aliens were and then something crazy came from the sky, people would lose their minds. Right. Now we have concept of curiosity. You know, you're thinking, okay, I can identify this to the best of my abilities. Right. So it kind of plants that seed in your mind so that if and when it does happen, it's not pure pandemonium like it will be, because you saw what we did for COVID. Right. But that's how we knew how to behave, because we saw these movies about, you know, viruses and diseases and stuff.
Speak of desensitization, right? What about them desensitizing us and constantly showing police brutality, constantly showing, you know, Black Americans on TV and on the news repeatedly?
That's why I refuse to watch things like that. They're like,
because it's like they're showing it, but at some point it's also like, it's like this catch-22 of like, they're showing it, so like we don't want them to be quiet and not highlight it, but at the same time it's like, I don't want people to get used to it and think that this is regular and that this is okay.
Man, I remember when George Floyd passed away, I had to call in sad for work. Like, I wasn't sick. I was just like, you know what? I am hurt being Black today. Like, I feel emotional and I cannot function in the world. I had to call in Black. And it's just like, it sounds crazy, but I did. Like, I can't, it's a lot. It's a big toll, because it's like, you want it to be
calling
seen.
in Black, that's a real thing, though.
I'm for real. Like, you want it to be seen, because a lot of the times people will get away with it if it's not recorded. But at the same time, it takes a toll on you, whether you like it or not. What do you think about when we watch, why do you think they keep coming out with slavery movies? It's like, I don't want to see another dang slavery movie.
Facts. Every time we see y'all people, we see them in chains.
Hello?
That's heavy.
But you got shows like was it Lovecraft Country, things like that. It's like cancel it. Sorry, that might be too deep for them. But yeah, that's how I feel about the subject of the topic that wasn't on the
dope.
On
Where
the list.
is your fire?
Yeah. Woo! We still got to get that tatted.
Facts. Where's your fire? That's hard.
We should do that.
That's tough.
This weekend.
That's tough.
No, for real.
And the next topic.
I'm serious.
This weekend, for real?
No, I'm for real. You gonna let these people be a liar? Because next time they see me, we're gonna have to have the tattoos.
Alright.
Come on, man. We can do it.
I ain't gonna do it this weekend. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But we're gonna get it done though. Don't worry about that. We're gonna get it done.
I'm gonna get it this weekend.
We're gonna get it done. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so this or that, right? This or that.
All right.
So the first thing that comes to mind.
Round?
Yeah, speed round. Don't think about it, just immediately. Tell me what you think. Atlanta or Houston?
Atlanta.
Atlanta or DC?
Atlanta. Come on, this is a speed round.
Hamburgers or Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Italian food or Atlanta?
Atlanta. Shrimp Alfredo.
Okay, Vegas or Miami? Atlanta.
Miami. I don't like Vegas. Does nothing for me.
You're not doing it right.
Everybody keeps saying that.
I don't even know how. If
I don't gamble. I don't buy sex worker. Like, I don't engage in most things that people go down there for. So.
I feel that.
Miami.
Miami.
Ghetto California is my. But go ahead.
Miami is ghetto Cali?
I used to live there, yeah.
In Miami?
If I couldn't make it to Cali, I would settle for Miami.
Really?
Personally.
What
you gonna do after South Street? Exactly.
South Beach? Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, I used to live in the Lotta.
There's also another place that's kind of like an artistic district.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, yeah. I went to, what is it, every year?
I forget. Anyway, okay.
Art Basel.
Yeah. Anyway, San Diego or LA?
San Diego. LA is filthy, man. I'm sorry, I'm offending so many people. Just curse me out in the comments. It's fine.
Best accent. Do you like the New Orleans accent or the New York accent? And wait a minute. Actually, go ahead. New Orleans accent or New York accent?
Now I want to know what you was about to say.
I got you. New Orleans accent or New York?
New Orleans.
Okay, for your
Baby.
dude.
How did you say it?
Baby. Okay, do you think, okay, for a dude that you like want to pursue or want to pursue you, which accent is better?
I would say New York because it's close to home. Like I could resonate it with it more.
I feel it.
Cause I feel like New Orleans man would talk me out my panties. Like I don't even focus. Like, but New York people can get real with me, and I'll be like, all right, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. He gonna roast me, and that's my language. That's my language. Ooh, roast me, baby. Ooh. So yeah.
Oh
New
my
Orleans.
goodness,
Yeah,
you stupid.
I'm in New York.
What? He said New Yorklands. I wanted to be from New Yorklands. Okay, so New York. Okay, for a female, what do you think is the best sound? New York or NOLA?
New York.
For female?
Yeah.
No, I want New Orleans.
Cause it's a sexual language.
It is a little.
It's like the Black French. You know how people
It
like.
is, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I feel that. Okay, new Drake or old Drake?
All the Drakes.
Favorite album?
Nothing was the same.
Rap or R&B?
R&B.
Favorite R&B.
R&B.
I'm on your R&B.
Rhythm and blues. They gonna have to sanitize this. 'Cause we done got real intimate. I got real intimate with this mic. Me and this mic go together.
Oh man,
About to take this mic home and see what it do.
Oh man, okay.
What?
Favorite artist? Favorite R&B artist?
Oh, Snow Allegra.
Snow, alright. What's happening?
Snow, my baby.
What they do, baby? Okay. Whitney Houston or Jennifer Hudson? As far as raw talent.
Whitney. Because if you could sing like that on drugs, then I'm so sorry. No disrespect.
Sober though, she going crazy.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you doing all that on drugs, my man, like that's talent. You gotta give credit where credit is due.
Hey, respect. Rest in peace though.
No,
to Whitney.
for real. Rest in
But
peace. She's definitely undefeated.
Beach or the mountains?
Huh?
Beach or mountains?
Is it snowing in the mountains?
Yeah. Sure.
Can I go skiing?
Whatever
no,
you
I'm
wanna
can't.
do.
Beach.
Bro.
Okay, let me be serious. Come on, be serious.
Cookout food or Thanksgiving food?
Thanksgiving.
What's your favorite holiday?
Valentine's Day.
Boo, tomato. Summer parties or homecoming season?
Homecoming.
Homecoming is undefeated.
Except during COVID, that hurt my feelings. But homecoming, go crazy.
Goes bananas.
Go HBCU homecoming.
Go. That's what. Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, because so we're clear. Wait a minute. Don't cut that part out. You got anything else? HBCU.
No, for sure. Go crazy. Okay. Nelly or Ja Rule?
Nelly.
Music festival or concerts?
Concert.
90s or the 2000s?
90s.
Okay.
Nah, 2000s. I take it back. My bad.
Favorite artist from the 2000s?
Nelly.
Favorite song by Nelly?
Hot and
So hot.
So, no, what was that country grammar? Like all that country album he did? Oh my goodness. I can't think right now because, but
For sure.
But that country
Nelly?
album, go crazy.
Ja Rule was him too though.
I went to a Ja Rule concert. He got
For
some
real?
hits.
No, Ja Rule got hits.
But
People don't sleep on Ja Rule.
I think it just helps because, I don't know, Nelly kind of fine.
It always helps anybody if you look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna sound better. She look better, she sound better. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. So we touched on it earlier, right? Kind of like the difference that you've noticed of being a fan and a superstar. A lot of times I think fans are the worst fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, you expect superstars to be these perfect people. They can't do anything wrong. You put them on this pedestal to where it's like if they mess up, you kind of like hero them. You know what I'm saying? So if they mess up, you're bashing them and you don't understand the human side of them. So what do you think is the biggest difference between you now being in the public eye and as a fan?
I think, okay, so Roll It Up Kay, I don't know if you guys follow her, but she said a good thing where she said supporters versus fans. Like, fans are fleeting. Supporters, they're going to support you no matter what, because they ride for you. So I try to come from that aspect of, like, people are human. It kind of makes me look at people differently. Like, I've never been like a fan girl per se, like, oh my gosh, just, I'll drink your bathwater. No, that's never been me. But now it's just like, dang, Drake might actually date me because I'm just a human being like he is. You get what I'm saying? Like,
you got it then. I need acknowledgement.
It's the human. You remember how we saying like earlier, just stressing the importance of realizing people are human?
For sure.
You have to take out that public eye, and people are like, you signed up for that. That's what you deserve. You almost deserve to be treated negatively and criticized.
How do you deserve to be bashed? That's so wild.
Make it make sense.
That's so wild. How do you deserve to be, man? Anyway, so yeah.
I think it's just about adding that human aspect, and it's just like, dang, I made a mistake.
Right.
This person's allowed to make a mistake. This person's allowed to say something that at one point, if you put a camera in most people's living room or, and where they have conversation.
Awful.
Canceled.
You will be canceled.
Canceled galore.
If we could hear your private conversations, you'll be canceled.
So just because you do your dirt in the sanctity of your own home where nobody watching.
Preach.
Don't mean that you any better than anybody else.
Talk about it. Let them know.
But
let them know.
I hope that answered your question.
No, for sure. I feel that. Yeah. Let's be better fans. Well, let's be supporters. If you're gonna support somebody, understand that they're human, and don't condone the behavior if it's wrong, but condone the human side of them and help them to get it right.
Educate. Come from a place of education. If you just come from an optimistic, and you have to expect that people don't have bad intentions. You get what I'm saying? That's how I like to go through the world. Unless you out here like punching babies and something crazy, then I'm just like, okay, he probably has horrible intentions. But if people are like just genuinely being human and living their lives, just expect that, people made a mistake.
Exactly. No, I feel that. What do you feel like your gift is and your purpose in life?
My purpose, I think I touched on it earlier. Just the joy and light. Just a breath of fresh air. I just like being a safe place for people. For
sure. You
just
think that's
physically, mentally, emotionally. I think it's a lot of toxicity. I think it's a lot of like, let me read the comments and see the drama. Like, it's a lot of places where people dwell. And misery loves company. So for me to be like, you know what? No matter how much you bash me, I'm still love you.
Right.
People don't know what to do with that.
They don't.
And I want to remind people that good people still exist and they still end up on top.
For sure. I feel that. I like that. You definitely are a light. You can feel your energy when you come into a room. You definitely brighten up wherever you go. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. Roasting will come after the podcast.
All right, perfect.
What's next for you? Where do you want to be, down the road, couple years from now, when we're looking back on this podcast? What do you want to say, man? This is where my life is now.
I think that now that I am in the light, it would be a bad decision to go backwards. So I plan to stay in it. I can't say
stay in the light.
I can't say that exactly what I have.
House on the hill. You don't put a candle under the shade. You put it so you can see it. That means be your light. Let your light shine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's slow, short bus.
Very much so. Some people at home didn't get that either. Just put it in the comments if you did. But no, I really think that this is just the beginning, and I'm gonna look back on this interview and be like, that's wild.
Right.
Like,
for sure.
My dreams will become a reality. I know that I'm gonna have several commas in my bank account, but more
several
than that,
commas. That's the name of the show. Several commas. Respectfully. And articulate commas.
No, seriously. But in addition to that, I would hope to Tabitha Brown took the world by storm. For sure. And I hope to have it someday, that inspiration to where you just like, you look at her videos and you just know it's going to bring you joy.
That's what's up. So, for sure. I like that. Shout out Tabitha. Miss Tabitha. Yeah. Hobbies, hidden talents. Okay, don't gas it. Hobbies or hidden talents? You did it like I know, don't gas it. Hobbies or hidden talents? Do you have any? Yeah, I got a lot of hobbies. I paintball, I 4-wheel. Okay. I'm a semi-pro football player. You beatboxer. Semi-pro
the flag football. That's what it feel like.
Bro.
It feel like a lie. I promise not a lie because I can't get it out.
Kickboxing.
Dream chaser. Looking for words on the wall.
Create poems. Black flipping gymnastics.
No, I paint.
Door. TV.
No, for real. I'm a creative, all in all.
Yeah.
I don't got no hidden talents for real. It's kind of
You put everything out there.
just everything.
Okay. Any last minute plugs for yourself, brands, anything like that you want the people to know about you that you may have coming that they can go and support?
Yes.
And not be a fan because we want supporters. If y'all watching this, y'all are supporters. We're gonna support. We're not gonna just be fans.
Just follow me on Instagram at Alexis Grace W. Follow me on TikTok at Alexis Grace Williams. Stay up my comments if you ain't got nothing nice to say. And I do have something upcoming, so when I put it out, it'll be on my Instagram. So just follow me on those platforms and you'll see it.
For sure.
You'll see me on TV relatively soon.
Bet that. And last thing, any words of encouragement, words of wisdom for anybody out there that may be feeling down and out?
You think it's small when you need to be thinking big. No,
You need to be thinking big. You think it's small.
Don't give up, honestly. And it sounds so simple, but just don't give up. One day, if you can't take it one day, take it 1 second. If you can't take it 1 second, take it 1 minute, 1 hour, whatever you can do. Celebrate the small wins.
For sure. All right, man. Look, great episode, man. Y'all got to meet my friend, my best friend, the bestie, Lex. Y'all know her as Married at First Sight star. I hope y'all got some insight on her today that paints, the glow that she has, the light that she has, and the energy that she has, man. So y'all tap in, man. Stay motivated, stay encouraged, and create, and create some more. All right?
Great.
Any last things?
No,
No, because we don't want to hear nothing else. And that's the podcast, and we out. Peace. Love y'all. It's the one.